So next up I'm gonna have a go at the cosmetics and see if I can get rid of a lot of the damage here. I don't know yet if this is like a thin brass plate or just some plating that's on another type of base metal. But I do know that it's got varnish on there, which I have to get off, and hopefully the bulk of the damage is just to the varnish and not anything deeper. And yeah, so we'll have a go at cleaning that up. Well, it looks like this front is a sheet of brass, which is nice. Increases the likelihood that we'll be able to make a nice job of getting a decent finish on the front here. Challenge will be to preserve the writing. Let's see if we can get this varnish off. So here's the test. It looks like we can get down to a nice finish, but it's going to be a long, slow process because that lacquer that's on here is pretty hard stuff, and at the moment my process is to wet it down with some acetone and get rid of as much as I can, and then go over it with some very fine abrasive papers and some of these different grit rubber blocks. So we get stuck in, see how we go. Right, about the halfway stage. I think it's coming up okay, and the really good news is the lettering is embossed sufficiently deeply that when you, as I say, rub off the surface imperfections, you still have plenty left. So I just need to respray it again. I changed the process. The chemical bit was taking far too long, so I moved over to a Dremel with one of those plastic brush heads. If you like a scouring device, and you have to go carefully, but it seems a much more effective way to get that lacquer off. Okay, so we're down to bare metal. Next we're going to polish it all up and see about a finish. So far so good. So to polish it, at the moment I'm working my way up through the grits with these polishing papers. So this is 2400. Then we got 4000, 6000, 8000. See how it looks. And yeah, takes a while, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. Okay, I think it's 6000. We'll stop there. I could go 8 and 10, but okay, so here we are. I actually sprayed it with a satin finish lacquer. Because I noticed that before I sprayed it, no matter how hard I tried to polish it, you could always see the abrasive marks, so it wasn't quite completely uniform, and it would show through the clear. So I went with a satin, and I think it looks nice. So I just have to spray the top cover and then put that back on, and then we'll be all good until the valves and the electrolytic arrives. So here's a respray of the top cover. May not be exactly the same brown, but it's really close. And so we'll let that harden up and See whether or not it needs another coat later on.